Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Q&A. Today, I'm starting it off a little bit later because I slept until like 11 o'clock today. I didn't get home till 1 in the morning. I went up to Denver for Streetcar Takeover, had a lot of fun, and then there was a meet afterwards, and then, everybody went and did some stuff on the highway, which was pretty fun. It was kind of hard to do anything really, though, because there's so many people, and they kept slowing way down and then racing and stuff like that, which, when you're in the middle of it, it's kind of a pain because they keep stopping on the highway. So it was definitely fun though. So now that that's over, I got a little bit of sleep in, and now I'm just enjoying a cruise in the Hellcat today, which is really nice. Let's see. Good afternoon, Dave. How are you? I'm good. I got some sleep, and I'm ready to go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I'm probably just going to kind of take it easy and hang out because I don't want to have to, I don't know. I don't want to have to really work on anything today just because I've been doing stuff all week, and I might do some SolidWorks. Not exactly sure yet because I need to design some stuff, but I'm really not sure. So finish the VR4. Find me a side skirt. It seems it's almost impossible to find one. So really that's all I've been trying to find is one measly side skirt, and I can't. It's like almost impossible. I've been to multiple junkyards. The U-Pull yard keeps getting them in, and it's like they literally damage them every time. They set them on the wheels, and since they are like really thin plastic, it just busts them. So and then not really many people are parting 3000 GTs out. Usually there's plenty of DSMs getting parted out, but it's just been an issue. So if I can ever find a side skirt, I will finish it and finally be able to see it complete. I mean, it's just one of those things. I don't want to pay $600. I think they're like $600 a piece for brand new ones, which to me is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see. Eventually, it'll be finished. How's the Hellcat Magnum doing? So I made the upper rails. I was trying to get a video out Friday of it, but it takes a lot of work to make complex bend sheet metal. So, I had to go to the college, which they're shut down, but, I know somebody that works there, and he let me use the sheet metal bender so I could bend the sheet metal. And then I had to make a square, or like it goes from, on the Magnum, it goes from like a square to, on the Charger, it's round, so I had to make it round at the end. So it was just a lot of figuring out, which it went pretty quick, I guess, in retrospect, but it did still take a lot of time. It took me probably a good day and a half didn't take me that long to make them. It took probably a couple hours to make them, but then I had to make the end round and make sure everything fit and cut it in the correct spots and grind it down and make sure it was going to fit perfectly. And then now I have it tacked in. So that being said, I don't want to finish welding it until I do the back. So I'm going to do the back probably tomorrow, and then that's the inside where where all the trim and stuff bolts to. And I want to make sure that there's actually a screw hole for the airbags, for the curtain airbags. I want that to be retained in the behind the headliner, so it's all tucked up in there. But it's definitely a lot of figuring out. So there will be a video. I'm gonna try to get the. I'm gonna go for Friday again. I'm gonna have some streetcar takeover videos, or one video, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna combine it with the meet I did on Friday or not. but I guess we'll just see how much footage I have. So yeah, streetcar takeover, and then that'll probably be Monday's video, and maybe Mondays and Tuesdays video will be like drag racing and like a meet. So should be pretty interesting. It was a lot of fun, and we'll try to get the charger moving a little bit better. But really, all I can do is this random, sheet metal stuff that really doesn't seem like it's any progress, but it is a lot of work. So but now it's 100% a charger wagon. It's definitely all welded together. It's all tacked together at least. So technically it is a charger wagon. So let's see. What year is the Hellcat? It is a 2018. Got a spare Hemi I could borrow. I have a Magnum 392 for sale. When am I going to get back to the wagon build? So like I've said, I've been building it. It's just, it's not like me going on a website, buying all the parts that I need for a car, like building a Honda Civic. I'm not building a Honda Civic and bolting on every aftermarket part that I could bolt onto it. I'm making something that isn't made. So it's a lot of fabrication. It's not the same. So you can't expect it to be, done in a day. It takes a lot of work to fabricate these sheet metal components correctly so everything fits perfectly. If you go on my Instagram, you can see that the piece that I made, there's a picture of it, it fits perfectly. It looks exactly like it would go there. So that being said, it is a lot of work. So it's not going to be, I'm not going to be making daily videos of me, all I'd get done is, oh, I bent this piece of metal today, whoop-de-doo. I'm going to actually have a video of me, getting it all together and tacking it in and stuff like that. So it's actually a good video instead of just like, well, I made this piece of metal and then, oh, I tacked it in, and then I'd have like 700 episodes of nothing. So let's see. Dave's discount Dodge coming soon. I don't know. I really don't know if I'm going to ever build another Dodge after the Charger's finished. So I do enjoy Dodges. I really like what they have done with the technology and all the engineering, but getting any parts for them is ridiculous. So I don't think it's really worth me building any more Dodges, because you cannot source the parts within a reasonable amount of time. It's just not feasible to have a YouTube channel based on Dodges. And I understand now why a lot of YouTubers kind of get away from them. It's because you can't get parts for them. It's almost impossible to, get parts in a timely manner. So I think after the Charger build's done, I would like to do other builds, but from a time standpoint, I can't wait 8 months to get parts every time. So even this, like when I built the Challenger, I ordered parts ahead of time, had issues. When I built the Charger, I ordered parts ahead of time and had issues. So 8 months is ridiculous to wait for parts. So I don't think after this Charger project is finished, there isn't probably going to be another Dodge product on my channel. I'll still have the Charger and do stuff with it, but I don't think I'll be rebuilding any newer Chargers or anything like that, because it's just crazy how long it takes. It's not worth it. Hi Dave, from a cold and Cape Town evening. What's up? Always thought a Hemi Magnum wagon conversion into a Ute El Camino would be great project. It wouldn't be bad. If I did a two-door one, there would be plenty of bed, because they're really long. It would. I guess a Charger's the same length, but yeah, it would be kind of cool. Check Facebook groups like DSM Classifieds and DS. I've checked some Facebook groups, but It's I don't know. I hate when people try to call me when I do live streams, but so let's see. Let's get back to where I was. Okay. Hope all is well. Yes. I'm gonna watch this and NASCAR at the same time. Is NASCAR even going on? I mean, I thought everybody was mad at NASCAR. Let's see. What year is the Hellcat? In 18. Install custom rims and train horn on my truck. I don't really get what the point would be. Who's my favorite NFL team? I really don't watch football, so I really don't watch any sports. I don't watch racing. I don't watch football, baseball, any of that. So I've been to football games and baseball games and soccer games and stuff like that. And I enjoy going to the games and watching them, but I'm not gonna just dedicate my, it's just not how I am. So I really am not interested in sports, which is just one of those things. Oh shit, almost spilled that. Do you have any other builds in mind after you finish the Hell Wagon? So I do have a few other builds I've been thinking about doing. I'm not exactly sure, but I really have been wanting to do an LC 500 for a long time. So I may end up doing that. I may end up doing some other stuff, but I'm just not sure. It just depends on what I find. I've really been wanting to do a Tesla swap into something as well, or make something hybrid, or do like a gas hybrid car. I've been thinking about maybe purchasing my first Honda. I've really been looking into some stuff. I just don't know. I don't want to get into another project right now. I just want to get the charger done, but I almost could get into another project as long as I did it, if I got something like a Honda and K-swapped it. But I mean, that's been overdone, and I'd want to do something different if I did get a Honda and K-swapped it and turboed it, and I'd want it to be kind of unique and with newer technology, kind of, what my channel is based on. But yeah, it's in the works. I mean, I really want to do something. I want to get the charger 100% complete and finished, but I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Kind of agree with that. I'm building a 72 Plymouth Satellite on my channel, and people are trying to think I'm a Mopar guy. The other car I'm working on is a 71 Buick GS, an old Toyota Supra. Nice. Hi from where the hell's that at? Turkmenistan? Turkmenistan? I don't know where that's at. Boat build next. So I was looking at a boat. I don't know. I think if I'm gonna get a really expensive boat, I'm gonna build a shop house first so I can store the really expensive boat inside the shop with all my other crap. So before a boat build, we'll have a shop house build, because I've really been I've been thinking about the shop house and looking at land and stuff like that, trying to figure out if I even want to stay in Colorado. I don't know. It's just getting so bad in Colorado that I really want to move, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be much better anywhere else. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm really entertaining the idea of building the shop house sooner than later, just so I could have everything in one place. Like I've said before, I wanted a larger shop when I got my shop in the first place, but it's all that's available pretty much anywhere in Pueblo, Colorado Springs. There are a few shops, but even then they're not much bigger, not much better. So I think the way to correct this course is to actually build a shop house with the sizes that I need. And to do that, when I do the fixture table, I still haven't sent the files off to the company to have them laser cut them or water jet them. I'm not sure which one they're going to do, but I'm going to have them make a few beams as well, or cut a few templates out so I can make the beams and see how much they are, going off the price of metal. So the piece of metal that I need to make 4 beams is like $697 or something like that. And last time they charged me to cut a full sheet out, which this is a little bit thicker. So I'd figure like maybe $1,000 for 4 beams is really cheap. And I'd only need to do like so the beams are like 80 feet wide. And then to do an 80 by 100, I'd only need 5 rows, I think, 5 or 6 rows. So, I mean, $6,000 is crazy cheap for just the structure of the shop, just the main structure. So then I'd still need the stuff that the sheet metal bolts to, which those are just C channels, and those are pretty cheap, or S channels, depending on which way I go. But those are relatively cheap as well. So maybe I might have like 20 grand in a 80 by 100 shop. So hold on, what did I say? I might have not 80. Did I say 80 grand? No, I said I don't know, but it'd be a lot cheaper than buying an 80 by 100 shop. So we'll see. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, and it's one of those things that needs to happen sooner than later, just so I can get everything in one central location, and it just is gonna just make so much more sense. People get too hung up on brands and Mopar stuff. It's crazy expensive. What mean Q&A? It's questions and answers. Hey Dave, do you play any video games when you have free time? I remember you have an Xbox and a built PC. So I was playing Fallout for a long time, but they started charging for a bunch of stuff, and I just was like, nah, I'm not gonna play this anymore. And then I was playing Grand Theft Auto Online, which I think everybody plays Grand Theft Auto. So I was playing that, and then I just really haven't played it much. I probably haven't played it in like 6 months. So and really my PC, I could play video games on it, but I use my PC pretty much it's just dedicated to SolidWorks. And so I have my Mac for video editing, my laptop, and then I have my PC, which is Windows based, for SolidWorks. So yeah, I mean, it's just time. I really haven't had time to play video games. If I start playing video games, I could just waste like a whole day. If I started playing like this morning, if I woke up at like 11, I probably wouldn't go to bed till like 1 in the morning, just playing Grand Theft Auto. Like it's just such a, it's fun. I mean, but it just takes a lot of time. Let's see. Install a cam, a tune, and pro charger on the Hellcat and a custom exhaust. If I did anything, I wouldn't put another supercharger on the Hellcat. It'd definitely be turboed. I'd love to see something other than Dodge builds. What you do with them is awesome though. So yeah, I have other stuff going on than the Dodge builds. I have the RX-7s. My 240's really far in the back. Actually, both my 240s are really far in the background. I have the 240Z, which is even further in the background. I haven't designed anything on that in a long time. I really need, I have so much stuff that I have to design for the 240Z, and I already have a lot of stuff designed for it. So I don't know. I I would like to see how the 240Z project would do in a video, but it would, for all the stuff I'm gonna have to custom make for it, it's gonna have to do really, really well, because I'm gonna have a lot of money in it. So we'll see. Let's see. It's coming soon. C8 Corvette with a, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, they should have. That's, I think the C8 is the C8 the new one. Whatever the new one is with the mid-engine. I saw one at a car meet Friday, which it was kind of weird because I looked at the engine and the valve covers looked like they were wood. So I'm not exactly sure if they were like painted a certain color and then there's like heat dissipation problems in the engine bay, so it just like turned them brown. But they were like, they looked like the grossest valve covers ever. They're just like wood looking. Let's see. Do you like to watch the big sporting events like the Super Bowl, World Series? Not really. I really don't follow any of that stuff. Those LC 500s are dollars. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. I've seen a few go for like 30 grand at the auction, but yeah, they're like any Lexus. The newer Lexuses have always been like $100,000, like the really expensive ones like that. So it's they're just a really cool car. I think if they came with a newer style 2J, a manual tranny, and some nicer aero with a lot more carbon to lighten them up, like I've said for a couple of years now, they are the new Supra. The new Supra that they built is not a Supra. The LC 500 is the new Supra. It is just, it's a progression. So the Supra has always gotten bigger, and it is the next biggest thing, and it looks just like a Supra. So even the body lines on it, I mean, you can compare them next to each other, Mark IV to an LC 500, and they have very close similarities to each other. So the tail lights, the side skirts, the little scoop on the vent, the front bumper has its similarities. I mean, it's just the next progression. So I've been saying this for years, and that's why I want to get one, and I do want to put my 2J and some other stuff in it and make it just a nasty like newer Supra. But I'm sure somebody's gonna do it soon, so I might not be the first. Love to see it rear-wheel drive conversion for a Dodge Avenger. I mean, why wouldn't you just get a Dodge Charger? Love the Hell Magnum. FCA USA doesn't pay their bills. That's why it's taking so long for parts. Yeah, I'm sure they have financial issues, but I wish they'd just get me my parts. Don't stress out too much on your builds. Do an RV build next. I mean, I thought about doing a bus a while ago, but I just don't have anywhere to store it. Once I get the shop house done and have like 120 acres, I really, I'll probably just go crazy. I'll just be like, man, I have 120 acres to fill. Let's fill this thing up. Shout out to the biggest fan. What's up, Mr. What is that? Ka? I don't know how you say that. I'm tackling a 67 F350 rebuild. Thanks for the guys, you and a few others on the tube. Tight. Texas. Arizona open land. I don't want to live in Arizona. It's too damn hot, too dry. Arizona has a lot of big homes for cheap. I'm sure it's hot as hell there. I like Colorado because it does get hot. We'll get in the hundreds, but at night it's always usually cold. It's gets down to like 67 or something. It'll be like 100 and then 67. So the temperature swings are just perfect, and it's actually getting quite a bit more humid here right now. It feels like there's over 50% humidity, which is crazy, but it's that little wobble the earth has. it's gonna be this desert's gonna turn into an oasis. So eventually I'll find a spot. Would you consider dropping your 392 Hemi in a Jeep Wrangler? No, it's already in the Magnum. I wouldn't pull it out to put it in something else because it runs and drives perfectly. And people have already done 392s in Jeep Wranglers, but if I did, I'd just get another 392. Actually, if I was going to do that, I'd just put a Hellcat engine in it. Come to North Carolina, land is cheap and plenty of insurance auctions around. Yeah, I think North Carolina is too humid for me though. I don't like a lot of humidity. Neither does paint. So, hey man, greetings from Costa Rica. What happened with the idea of buying the junkyard? So far my old boss hasn't given me a price, which, you know, he needs to figure out what he wants to sell it for before I can figure out if I could buy it. In Arizona, he will only work in winter. No, I mean, even when it's 100 out, I'm working. So even if it was whatever it gets in Arizona, I'd probably still be working on stuff. I used to live in Aurora, Colorado. Did I move to North Carolina? Hell, a lot cheaper, and you can easily buy 3,000 square foot shop for 120,000. What do these people want? Oh, let's see. I thought they're gonna ask me a question. Shit. Hi from the UK. What's up? Have you checked out Worldwide Steel Building? So if I can build a shop for less than I could buy one for, I'm not gonna pay, because 80 by 100 is a pretty large shop. So I'd probably do, 2,000 square foot for the house, because it's gonna be a shop house. And then to build the structure, usually they're like 80 by 100 is like 60 to 80 grand. So if I could do that for like 10 grand and save 70 grand, I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, then I could use that extra money in concrete and building the house part of it, putting lifts in the shop. I mean, there's no reason for me to buy from a company when I could just make my own for way less. And then I'd have because I've designed everything in SolidWorks, I can make up all the engineering drawings and get it approved by the city and not have any issues, or whatever county I'm in, I could have them approve it. So yeah, it's no big deal for me to engineer something like a shop. It's all just dimensions, and you just have to follow the code book, which is written out pretty easily. So yeah. What's the color on the Hellcat? It's octane red. Do it, dude. You won't regret moving here. I thought it was humid in North Carolina. Now that the Supreme Court is giving back the territories back to the natives, North Carolina is safe from that. I'd like to see them try to give back the territories to the natives. It's just such a joke. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into politics stuff, but I don't see anybody bitching about any of the Romans or Egyptians or any of that shit. It's the same stuff. I mean, you lose a war, you pay the price. So, I mean, we're not giving all the shit back to Germany and Japan. I mean, Obama gave stuff back to Japan, which he shouldn't have done, but you lose a war, I mean, it's fair game. I mean, that's how it's always been. So I just think that, everybody's turning into a bunch of like big pussies lately. So and I don't apologize for shit. So if you're never gonna see me on YouTube apologizing for anything. So if I say anything that offends anybody, suck it up, because I don't care. But then if anybody says anything that offends me, I mean, you fucking grow a sack. But that's the end of my political rant. I mean, that's I don't like to talk about politics on shit because it's just so stupid. But I mean, politics in general is stupid. I mean, they should just fire all, like, everybody that's in politics. They should just fucking fire them all of them. They're all corrupt. But I don't care what side they're on. Their job is politics. That's like they're making their job. So that's it. But let's see. It's humid. Oh man. I don't know what's gonna happen to Oklahoma. Hi from UU. Where's UU at? North Carolina actually has fresh air. Fresh air. Other states will follow. Hi from the UK. So nice there. Can you see my comments? I've replied to them. Love it here. The people are so nice. Hey, just join. Does your Magnum have a supercharger? It does not yet. If you're talking about the Charger Magnum, it's going to be turbo. So, love your channel and love what you are doing, but why do you drive and beat up on your car before you finish them? I know that may be your style and the way you do things, but I'm just asking. So, I mean, the Hellcat's finished. So, which cars? I mean, the Magnum, I'm not really going to dedicate painting the Magnum right now. I really don't want to paint anything right now. So the only thing that's really going to get painted is the Charger once all the body work's done. And once winter comes, I'll blend the door on the Hellcat to the fenders. But yeah, I want to drive and enjoy my stuff. The Hellcat's finished. The Magnum is pretty much finished. It just needs body work and paint. I mean, I don't know. I'd love you to say hi to me. What's up, Paul? Pearl. Ooh, Pearl. Hi. How do you do your dream car that you wanted since you... How do your dream car that you wanted since you were a little kid? I'm guessing what car? My 240Z. Shout out, please. What's up, Pearl? Okay. Same in northern Arizona near Phoenix is hell. Let's see. There is another car YouTuber who bought land, put his house up for sale, and built a house with a garage. Let's see. What is the F350 expensive? It was in a video explaining all the costs and prices. I don't really remember what it was anymore, but a guy who wanted to give it a good home. Hi from Vermont. What's up, Chris? North Carolina has water. What? Moccasins? I watched the rebuild on the F350. It was good rebuild and enjoyed watching it. Thanks. Do you ever plan on giving away one of my builds? I mean, I wouldn't mind giving away the Hellcat, but I just don't think I have the following to support giving it away. I don't want to have to, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to be able to justify giving it away, and I've said this before, and it's just one of those things. If I give it away, it has to at least pay for what I could sell the car for, and all the fees and legal stuff, and cover everything. But at this point, if I gave it away, I don't think I would be able to justify that. I don't think I'd make my money back, which at the end of the day would hurt me, hurt the channel, hurt future builds and stuff like that. So eventually I do want to give the Hellcat away, but it might come closer to once the Charger is finished. So maybe once the Charger is getting closer to finish, once I got the body and stuff painted, and start to get the drivetrain in it, maybe I'll start a giveaway on the Hellcat. But I don't know yet. I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Kind of depends on, you know, who follows my channel. If I get enough, you know, enough people to follow, enough traffic to justify doing a giveaway, and hopefully it making the money back. I mean, it's a really, really big risk. It's not guaranteed. It's one of those things. It's a really expensive car. It's a lot of money in legal fees because you have to have lawyers and stuff like that, which is like $5 grand. You have to have all this stuff. So it's like 10 grand in fees and stuff like that. So at that point, then I'd have to make almost, you know, I'd almost have to make 100 grand on the giveaway just to pay for the car and all the fees and everything. So, and that's quite a bit of money. So, I mean, it's we'll see what happens. Fresh air is only in Durango, Colorado. Oh shit. You still got the Ford truck? I do. It's my daily, pretty much. I've been driving the Hellcat actually almost as much this week as the truck. When am I gonna finish the Magnum interior? I don't know. I mean, I have everything to finish it. I'm just really dedicating my time to the Charger. So maybe soon. Maybe after the Charger's done. I don't know. We'll see. Yo, Dave. What's up, monkey boy? How much money do you make off YouTube in a week, or is it in a month on average? So in a month, you get paid monthly on YouTube. So it's like 2 grand. I make right now 2 grand. It's the most money I've ever made. But this month I've probably spent 20 grand and I'm making 2 grand on YouTube. So it's not making money. It's just not there. So maybe when I'm making as much money as I'm spending for the projects, will you know, it'll be better. But yeah, 2 grand compared to 20 grand is like nothing. So just one of those things. People think just because you have a lot of followers on YouTube, or you know, you actually make money on YouTube, that, you know, I don't know, it's one of these weird misconceptions. Just because I'm making money on YouTube, there's a lot of money being spent to make very little amount of money. So I mean, even if I didn't have YouTube, I'd still be doing car projects. I've always worked on cars and built cool stuff, but I just was doing it without videoing it for a long time. So maybe eventually I'll be like some of the other big YouTubers, where I'm making like 10 times as much money as I'm actually spending on projects, which at that point I'd just be going crazy on projects and building like these super insane cool stuff. Well, I mean, I think the Charger is going to be super insane and cool, but I mean, even like more insane than that. So eventually, hopefully. If I wanted to rebuild a exotic or supercar, what would I pick? So there is a very, very soft spot. So everybody wants Lamborghinis, they want Ferraris, they want Porsches. None of them actually know how to say, you know, even me saying Porsche, my mom would be mad that I'm not saying it correctly. But you know, they all want these cars. They think they're cool. But if I ever had to buy a supercar, I don't even know if they're actually classified as supercars, but I'd buy a Noble, because I just like how they look. I like, you know, how they're built. I just really, the whole thing. It's just, they're super cool cars. Not very many people know about them. Just they're just cool. They're called Nobles. So look them up. They're pretty awesome. But they're kind of old. They're kind of old now. And I guess if I wanted a really new supercar, I'd probably go with a Koenigsegg, because that dude just has so much new technology and that stuff, and no other company's really competing with him. Koenigsegg is the supercar. Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, all of them, they're not supercars. They're just a higher evolution of factory produced cars. Koenigsegg, he's actually innovating and doing all this crazy stuff with his cars. I mean, I don't see any other car manufacturers making, you know, camless technology in their engines or doing anything really crazily innovative. So yeah, I think that's the only company that's really building a supercar right now, because everything else is just kind of mass-produced stuff anymore, and all of his stuff is pretty much hand-built. So let's see, what are my sources of income? I mean, I have multiple things going on all the time, so it's not just one thing, and I really don't want to talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about doing some videos dedicated to stock trading and stuff like that, which I wouldn't say I'm really that good at, but I wouldn't say I'm not good at it, but I don't want to be giving people financial advice and then, you know how that goes. I mean, you've seen the Wall Street stuff where they're like, I don't know what the names of all of that crap is, but like, I think it's like Bloomberg people, they're like, oh, well, these are you see them all the time. If you look up stocks, and if you have like a E-Trade account or any of those stock trading accounts, you see the little ads like, these 5 stocks are going to be the next Amazon or the next Google or whatever, blah blah blah. And then people, oh man, something's in my eye. So people, they literally think that this guy is telling me to buy these 5 stocks and I'm going to be a millionaire, which isn't the case. So I don't know if I really want to get into doing something like that, because I don't want to have people, you know, spend their hard-earned money on my picks or stuff that I think is going to do well when it might not. I mean, it's a risk. It's a calculated risk. You really need to kind of go into investigating what you're going to purchase, look up all their information, look at their numbers, look at the news on them. I mean, there's so much stuff you have to look at to actually make a decision to purchase a stock. But I don't know if I want to make videos on stuff that I purchase or what I'm trading, or do like a vlog on stocks or something like that, because I don't want people to come back at me and be like, well, you lost my life savings because I thought I was going to be a millionaire and I put like 30 grand on the stock and it like plummeted. So it's you know, I don't know if I want to really get into that can of worms. So I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, the Charger is an amazing project. Can't wait to see some more on it. I should have a video this week. I made quite a bit of progress with the sheet metal stuff, and you know, I'm pretty much gonna come to a head on it. So what I might end up doing is so once I finish all the sheet metal work that I can do, that's gonna be pretty much all I can do with it, other than putting the all-wheel drive transmission in it, which I need to go pick up those parts. So, or I'm not sure what I could do. I could have him ship me the track hawk, because I ordered new track hawk knuckles, lower control arms, and some other stuff, so I could get the transmission and the engine mounted in there. But what I might do, since I'm at a headway with the sheet metal work, I could go and because I want to take all the interior out of it, because I'm going to put a Challenger dash in it and Hellcat interior and seats and stuff like that, and I kind of need it out. When I paint it, it'll be nicer to have it out so it doesn't get overspray or dirty, and I don't have to really mask anything off. But what I want to do is pull the dash out of the Charger, put it in that red Magnum, put the V6 in that red Magnum, turbo the V6 with the 8-speed transmission, and make like a budget Magnum, but like a fast budget Magnum. So yeah, so maybe I should have them ship me that stuff, and then I could kind of hold off on going to New York, which I really don't want to hold off going there any longer. I really want to get those parts, but it's gonna be like $500 to ship that one panel, if and then I have to worry about them damaging it. So I don't know. It's decisions. Hey Dave, I asked about a boat build. Why did you skip it? I didn't skip it. I talked about it for like, I don't know, I talked about it for like good 5 minutes, and then I talked about the shop house. Give away anything cheap, like the Subaru, not the Hellcat, something like that would give you a lot of new subscribers. Just keep it simple and cheap. What do you think of Mercedes? I actually have a cousin that works at Mercedes in Germany, but I mean, I think they're good cars. They kind of, to me, have gotten a lot cheaper on their interiors and stuff. The last thing I heard, they don't use real leather. They don't use a bunch of stuff. I mean, they need to step up their game. So I think when you start the 240Z build, it will blow up the channel. Yeah, it will be pretty crazy, but actually, now that I think about it, I just thought about that. I just kind of dislike that that I'm not going to be able to run a huge intercooler on there, because I really like seeing the intercooler behind the grill. Newer technology, it just gets you, I guess. But that big core, I guess, weighs a lot. And the new stuff, I mean, that I'll take a picture and put it on my Instagram. Nobody's gonna know what it's for, but the thing that I got is a heat exchanger. It weighs like 30 pounds, but it's gonna get frosty. And the 240Z, the RB is gonna have some nice intake air temps, but there's not gonna be an air cooler behind the grill. I really like seeing that. Maybe I'll just put like a template that kind of looks like an air cooler, like a picture. Did you give up finding a Pantera? No, I mean, if I ever find a cheap one, I'll buy it, but I know of 2 of them. They're in Minnesota in a guy's barn, but he still doesn't want to sell them. So I prefer Charger Magnum over supercar projects. Me too. I do too. More unique, more interesting. Love the project, by the way. Thanks. Would you like to build a rafter? Rafter? What gun do you have on your side? What are you carrying? Motley Fool. Yeah, I feel, yeah, that's the thing I always see. I just feel like it's so deceiving. Something that is like that big, giving, like, having these ads on Facebook, because the unknown person, or the unknowing person, is gonna see these ads and be like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Let me put all my life savings into this stupid stock that these idiots, you know, put an ad about, and then they lose it all, because they don't know how to trade. They don't know when to trade. They see the stock spike up, they hold it. I mean, there's all kinds of things. So it's just one of those things. I don't know. The best way to get into stocks is to think the worst, where if you lose, you're okay with it. Investing is a gamble. Yeah, it's just like going to Vegas, just you have a little bit more control kind of over what you invest in. So it's not like, I mean, I guess it's the same with Vegas. You can go play the slot machines, or you can go play blackjack or any of that stuff. But you know, you can kind of, I don't know, it's almost the same gamble, I guess, if you think about it. You're kind of betting on a company to do what it's supposed to do and not pay like a CEO $10 billion in a bonus. So um, I don't know. It's just a bunch of stuff you have to think about. Do you do anything with real estate? I mean, not really. I have been thinking about getting some rentals and stuff like that, but it's a lot of overhead, and I mean, you could make some good money renting houses and doing real estate and stuff like that, but you also have a lot of money in insurance, a lot of money in just a lot of things. So um, yeah. Can you say hello, Michael? It would be very nice. Hello, Michael. What's up? I mean, do you have a job? So you're sell parts, YouTube, what else? Man, this guy's like writing a book. Why not a 700 horsepower Evo? I actually have been wanting to get like an older Evo. I've really liked Evo 3s for a long time, but I don't know. I've had bad experiences with DSMs. The VR4, I guess not as much because it hasn't broke down yet, but I had a 500 horsepower Talon, and transfer cases did not like that car. Can you open a PO box so we can send you fan mail? So I had a PO box, and then I don't know, something with the coronavirus and in like they never sent me like a renewal slip, but it was supposed to auto renew off of my credit card, and it didn't. So then it like lapsed or something. So I just need to set a new one up. I had one, but I just haven't gone down there and done it. Ask other famous YouTuber guys to help the channel. See, the thing about other YouTubers is they really don't want to help you out. So that's just a little key of advice. If it's not going to benefit them, they're not going to do it. So I mean, there are a lot of good guys out there. I mean, the one thing I have to say is Brent from PFI, he will literally go above and beyond. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't think I have very many followers. I mean, that's beside the point. But every time we're out, or like I'm talking to Cletus or something like that, or you know, we're like out and about or something. I mean, he's like, yeah, look at Junkyard Dave's this or that, or I mean, he's just like a really cool guy. I mean, he's really down to earth. I mean, that's one thing I have to say about Brent from PFI is he's a really cool guy, and a lot of the other guys from PFI. I mean, they're I've never really, I mean, I've been around a few larger YouTubers, and it just seems like they're really down to earth. So but most YouTubers, they're not going to put the effort in. If you gave a YouTuber, let's say like certain YouTubers, if you gave them like a $3,000 this, or you know, like a part or something, they would just be like, oh, thanks man, and stuff like that. So just be wary. I mean, don't be giving away your hard-earned money to YouTubers. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, but don't give me something that you worked hard for, because it's not going to be worth it in the end. I mean, I've really tried my best when people do stuff for me. I try to give them really good shout outs and stuff like that, but it's just a shout out. I mean, it's I don't know, it's just I grew up at the beginning of the internet, I guess I could say. And actually, I did grow up at the beginning of the internet. I remember when it started, but it that's weird to say, but yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just the internet. It's not going to last forever. So I mean, the internet will last forever, but I mean the fame stuff, like the YouTube fame and stuff like that, I really don't see it lasting too much longer. So there'll just be more and more people. I mean, so many people are doing YouTube, it's just getting saturated. So eventually it's going to come to this standstill. So something else is going to progress it. I'm dying here waiting for an update on the Wagon. It's my Instagram has little sneak peeks, but doing the sheet metal work is no joke. Have you thought about the name of the Magnum Charger build? I haven't. I've been slacking on it. Finished the FD, 20 swap the Hellcat. if I was gonna swap the Hellcat with a rotary, it'd have to be like a 6 rotor to make it like faster. But and Nate, you never called me back. What happened? I sent you an Instagram. Someone is selling an RX-7 for $500. I think it has all the parts you need. $500, man. Okay, your parts in yet? No, my parts are not in yet. And will you be doing any meet and greets during your trip to especially South Carolina? So I will be stopping along the way. I think I'll be going to North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe it's South Carolina. It's one of the Carolinas. I'm not exactly sure which one, but yeah, I mean, I plan on stopping places and doing stuff. When I do trips, I like to stop places. I mean, it's I'm going around the country. I might as well enjoy it. So yeah, I'll be stopping places. If I meet up with some people, I mean, we could you could show me your cars or whatnot, or we could meet and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be stopping along the way. PFI speed rules. Not writing a book on you, just looking into the idea of what it takes to be like you. I mean, I would just say don't limit yourself to one source of income. If you can make money doing it, I would say do it. It's a pretty clean Evo. Jerk! Fucking jerk. Oh, he didn't even turn around. I kind of want to go beat his ass with the Hellcat now. My phone sucks. Tried calling back and it wouldn't call. I mean, it's funny because your phone, every time I try to call it, it takes like 3 times for it to actually go through. In my state, Pennsylvania has a bunch of country land to build a house and a garage. It's tight. Tight. Let's see. So it's been an hour in the live stream. I'm actually going to end the live stream here because I need to actually pull weeds. I could do a YouTube video about pulling weeds in the yard. I mean, it sucks, but I need to pull weeds, and then I'm probably just going to take the rest of the day, relax. Tomorrow we'll get back on the Charger Magnum and finish up all the inner structure sheet metal stuff. Hopefully have a Charger video on Friday. I'll have some of the streetcar takeover video on Tuesday. I'll have the meat video on Monday, and I think we'll see. Hopefully I can get 3 videos out this week. This week I only have 1, and it was mostly because I was doing the charger and all the sheet metal stuff and making sheet metal, which is kind of a tedious process. So that being said, thanks for tuning in to the live streams. Until next week, we'll figure it out, but thanks for watching. See you guys next time.